Welcome back out to Umpqua National Forest. Over my shoulder here is my trusty sidekick Luna. We're here today to get our shave on with Luna wants to do the talking with Briar. That's from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I'm going to start it off with applying Tube 2.0. Everything in the video I have paid for, with the exception of the soap and the splash. If you saw my Doppelganger Plum review, not sure what I did with my rubber band. One second, guys. I couldn't find mine. My wife came to my rescue. You can kind of see her. She's sitting on a log over there. Thank you. You'll see more of where she is at in the B-roll. Where was I? That's right. I was about to apply Tube 2.0. If you follow my content, you know one of the things I like to share with you guys as a barometer. Hold on, let me fix my mirror just a second. As a kind of like a barometer for you guys, so that you know what a lady might think of a fragrance. I use our 15-year-old daughter and my 21-year-old wife to get a lady's perspective on a fragrance. For example, I'm wearing my Black Shroud t-shirt that I purchased back when Black Shroud first released. I love Black Shroud. My wife does not care for the old school musky fragrances. Neither does Emily, so neither one of them like Black Shroud. So that's a fragrance that I wear to work. And scooping from up here. I've been using this all week since you saw my first impressions. My wife and daughter both enjoy this fragrance. My wife loves it. Emily likes it. It's a rich, deep, masculine fragrance. I hope to have time to do a review of Grove. That's another fragrance from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It was released about a month ago now or something. Grove and Briar couldn't be any more different. They have some similarities. While Grove captures the fruity, lighter, brighter side of autumn, Briar captures the darker side of autumn. I'm not sure how I wanted to say that. The scent profile, the notes in Briar: tobacco, oakwood, vanilla, animalic musk, labdanum, rose, and crisp dried leaves. I'm able to pick out all of these notes with one exception. I've had difficulty finding the rose. Just below you is where I have my mirror. You'll see that in the B-roll, including a 360 of where I am and some other spots along the trail on the way here. It's about 1.5 miles from where we started. It's not a loop, so we'll have to go back through the same tundra that we followed to get here. And that is the tube pre-shave that I just applied. Got a scoop. A stainless steel bowl. I'll be rinsing my razor in this guy here. Got a pine needle in there, try and get it out. Maybe. There we go. You'll see in the B-roll as well, I put down a log. I'm actually over water right now. I'm sitting on a log, and then above the water I took another log and laid it out so that I have a place to put my feet. Just to my left I got my little stool that I'll be setting my brush and Captain's Choice bowl on. I haven't done a review of this guy yet. This is from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It is the Symmetry. On the handle you have the old How to Grow a Mustache smiley face. Great razor for new wet shavers. I would put it, if 5 is a medium efficiency, I'd give it right about a 5. In fact, I would compare the head, and actually last night I did a comparison shave in the bathroom. I have the Mula R89 and then the Edwin Jagger DE 89. Made in Columbia, Gillette stainless. Inoxidable just means stainless. So I've been looking at the head, you know, thinking for years that it looks a lot like a DE 89. And the shave, I had always thought was very similar, it's double wrapped, was very similar to a DE 89, and it is. After doing my comparison shave last night, I used my Edwin Jagger DE 89, and I used this. In both razors, I put a first use Gillette Platinum, one of my favorite blades. I love a lot of blades. Make sure that I got no moss on there. Had a pine needle. Last night, when I did that shave, I would say, without a doubt, that the shave on this razor is almost identical to a DE 89. The difference being is that this one retails for what, $30, as opposed to the DE 89 and the Mula running more, you know, 50, 60, 70. I haven't looked at the prices of one in a long time. And one other difference that's worth pointing out, the tabs on this do not stick out at all. I mean, I can feel like a millimeter, just a fraction of it, but the tabs do not stick out. So I have no problems with tabs. One, I don't shave under my nose, and they don't bother me. In fact, in some ways, I prefer them to stick out just a little bit. But if you're someone that doesn't like them sticking out, that is a huge bonus with this razor, because there is no overhang at all, like zero. You have to try to feel it. I'll try and remember to take a photo and show you, because like there's nothing at all whatsoever. Pretty relaxing, right? I'll be finishing off. I bought everything except for the soap and the splash. Thank you, Douglas, Fran, and Hux, for sending me Briar. I did purchase this, and then I'll also be finishing it off with the alum stick from Phoenix Artisan as well. When artisans send me stuff, I like to try and use as many of their products as I can during the shave. One, because I'm a schnerd and I think it's fun. And two, I think it's just kind of a way of showing respect. I'm not an affiliate. I'm not going to profit, you know, from the sale of anything in this video. Those are something I like to do as much as possible. I don't always nail it like I did with this one, but sometimes I do. I was going to use the Phoenix Strangelet blades. They do really well in this razor, but Again, it goes back to being a schnerd and for photos only. I thought that the Gillette stainless, the Colombian Gillettes looked better. So yeah, I'm shallow like that. One of the things I've always enjoyed with this hobby is, you know, would pageantry be a fitting word? But, you know, the taking the photos, there's something therapeutic about it. Whenever I do photos, like for Instagram, photos out here when I'm taking pictures, sometimes I'll take like 100 photos when I go out and do these outdoor shaves. I'm not kidding. And then I regret it later because it's so hard to pick one that I like. I love the Amber Areolite. It has the same fibers that you can find in the Starcraft, the Peregrino, and the Phantom Aerolite. It's just got a different color to it. This is a 24 millimeter knot. If I recall correctly, this came out a few years ago in the fall. And it's easily one of my favorite brushes. Without a doubt. Look at all that lather. I haven't even put it on my face yet. The brush is full. So I've already applied that pre-shave, right? I did that on camera. Let's do it. You ready? I'm ready. Tobacco. My last outdoor review was Eastwood from Hendrix Classics & Co. That had tobacco, but that was the tobacco blossom, the flower. This is not tobacco blossom. This is pipe tobacco. So basically the exact opposite of what we found in Eastwood. If I had to describe what pipe tobacco smells like on its own, rich, deep, spicy, nutty, a little sweet, kind of have like a grassy hay fragrance to it. If you are familiar with Cavendish from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, that is the kind of tobacco that this is. I think it's a little bit different of a blend. If you're familiar with pipe tobaccos, you know there's a lot of different blends. And if I'm not mistaken, Cavendish in and by itself is its very own blend of pipe tobacco. I think this is mimicking a slightly more mild tobacco blend. I'm not a pipe smoker. I've actually considered it a few times just because I'm intrigued by it, and I think the pipes are cool. There's a lot of beautiful pipes. Hello. I knew you were there because you splashed water on me. Miss Luna. Hello. Please don't knock any of my stuff down. Be careful. Thank you. I love you. Where's your mom? Go get a treat. I love her. Beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. Love it. What was I saying? I was talking about pipe tobacco. So anyways, I've just always kind of been intrigued by it. For years, I used chewing tobacco like Kodiak and Copenhagen. Dipping my brush in the water. Let me fill up my bowl just a little bit. That'll make it easier for rinsing. The tobacco in this, though, we're definitely getting a rich, deep profile. Right after that is oakwood, and two words that you could also apply to the fragrance of oakwood in and by itself would be rich and deep, in my opinion. Smoky, earthy, mossy. I'm surrounded by moss out here. Yeah, you can see quite a bit of it in the video, right? I love the fragrance of oakwood, and this layered with that tobacco is creating a very masculine fragrance. A beautiful masculine fragrance. And then right after that is the vanilla. Now I know a lot of times, and even for myself, when we hear the word vanilla, we might think of sugar cookies or vanilla ice cream. If you're thinking that in a fragrance like this, you got it all wrong. To my nose, this is bringing a creamy, comforting sweetness to it. Not overly sweet, not gourmand by any means, but there's an element of sweetness that comes in right behind that dark, deep, multi-dimensional tobacco and oak wood. And then, you know, right into that creamy, just perfectly blended vanilla. After that, we run into the animalic musk, and that's bringing in even, you know, more dimension, more masculinity into this fragrance. Whoop, don't want to lose that. So I know a lot of you are familiar with like what animalic musk is, right? And I really think that this is, because the way you have the tobacco, the oak wood, and then the vanilla, it is giving Briar a level of dimension and depth that you might not expect at first. This is the very last fragrance that I needed in my Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements autumn collection, and Doug knew that, and I think that's one of the reasons why he sent this to me for a review. I had spoke with him and told him, you know, previously that the last thing I needed to add was Briar to my collection, and I'd had samples of it years ago. It didn't come out last year. That was the 10th anniversary of PAA, and Doug and Fran were just busy coming out with all those killer releases that we had. I wish I would have bought it years ago. I really, really do. Before it goes away, I will grab the solid and EDP. I cannot wait to try the EDP, because I know it's just going to be something with even more depth and dimension. After that, animalic musk, which just takes a masculine fragrance, makes it even more masculine. And this is a fragrance that lasts 12 hours. Just the aftershave cologne alone, you can get 8 to 12 hours of wear out of it. For those who don't know, when I'm reviewing a fragrance like this, like I am right now, I applied the EDP of Malbolge to wear coming out here today. My wife loves Malbolge from Phoenix Artisan. I did a review of that a few weeks ago. So I wore that as a fragrance, but on the back of my hand, and I do this when I go to work, I'll wear the aftershave cologne, and throughout the day I smell it. And being that it's on the hand, I've noticed that it tends to wear off more quickly than it would other places of the body, just because throughout the workday and throughout the day, you know, I'm constantly rubbing against stuff, doing different things with my hands, including washing them, sanitizer, you name it, right? Which I'm not applying the sanitizer up over there, right? That's why a lot of times I'll put it like right about here at my wrist, and then through this area on my hand, from the wrist up into here. I have applied it before I go to work, and even when I come home, you can still smell it. And when I'm testing a fragrance out like that too, I always make sure to wear fragrances elsewhere to where I can contrast. So actually, like all this week, what I did at work is I had Grove on this hand and then Briar on this hand. The labdanum in this, woody, musky, ambery, and sweet. Those are characteristics that you can find in labdanum, and the more I dissected it, the more I believe that that is what the labdanum is bringing into this. The rose for me is more of a supporting character. I wasn't able to just find rose in and by itself. I hope to be able to, maybe with the EDP or the solid. Look at that lather. The screen still looks nice and bright. When I look in my mirror, the mirror is a lot darker than what that phone camera is picking up. I'm due for a new phone. When I was doing my Eastwood shave, I actually cracked my screen on the your right, my left. No, it's gonna be your left, right? Right here, right here. Okay. Look at that, just gorgeous. Finally, we finished it off with the crisp, dried leaves. I was thinking about this. So this time of year, a lot of people have their mind on like pumpkin spice, right? And that had me thinking, that fragrance and this, the fragrance of pumpkin spice, which my wife and daughter, especially my daughter, is a big fan of, had me thinking about quintessential autumn fragrances. For me, growing up in the Pacific Northwest, I can't think of a more autumn fragrance than the fragrance of fallen leaves. Some of the other fragrances that came to mind because of where I live is rain. We've already had a few days of good heavy rain, several days. Where's some of the other ones I was thinking of? Oh crud, can't think of them. Anyways, the fragrance of crisp dried leaves is the last note in this fragrance. And I was wrong in my first impressions. I am able to detect something that smells like crisp dried leaves in the dry down. After I've been wearing it for about an hour, maybe half an hour, you can start to pick out this. It's a different sweet earthiness that comes out. If you've ever taken a pile of leaves and like held it in your hands or jumped into a pile of leaves, that's the fragrance that you get. It's amazing. Talk about a fragrance that just reminds you of autumn all day long. You know, you have the shorter days of daylight. My friend's coming back to see me. Hello, friend. How are you? You good? She's good. She's ready to play. Hey, Luna, are you ready to play? Can you say hi to the friends? Hey, can you speak? Yeah, good girl. Speak. Can you say, oh, you want a what? Can you go get me a treat? Can you go get me some turkey? Hi, don't knock my stuff down, please. Stay. Luna, no, stay. Stay. Where's mom? Go get mom. I'm afraid she's gonna knock my stuff down into the creek. There, I moved it. This fragrance, though, to me, screams autumn. And if you like pipe tobacco fragrances, you will love Briar. It's that simple. If you like pipe tobacco fragrances, like I don't smoke a pipe, but I have fallen in love with pipe tobacco fragrances. If you like a fragrance like Cavendish, you're gonna love this one. A good friend of mine in the community, Matthew Lawrence, he's big into tobacco fragrances. He has this. He loves Cavendish, Astra Planeta. And not only does he like this one, but his wife also likes this one. So what I'm saying is there's a good chance that the ladies in your life, the ladies that you encounter at work and elsewhere, are going to like this one. It's not that old school masculine that my wife doesn't like. Like, my wife does not like the 60s and 70s musky fragrances. There's a musk element to this, but it's not like that level of musk. It really is. It's not. It's its own animal. A little bit of feedback down around here on the chin, or on the neck. Damn fine shave. Can't remember if I've ever used those blades in this razor before or not, but I really liked that. When did I first start using this? I got like 5 or 6, maybe 7 shaves in with this guy. At least 5. Like I said, I've been wearing it every day to work. Normally I would let the alum sit on my face just a little bit longer, but I see we're running up on the 27-minute mark, so I want to just get to applying this. Briar should be available through the holidays. If you're on the fence, I can't recommend enough grabbing a sample. I recommend doing that with all of PAA fragrances, even if you think it might not be, for you. For $1.25, if you got the money, it can't hurt to just buy 10 or 20 of them. I do. I have, and I do it all the time. Like, for real. If you've seen my content, you know I still have bags full of them, and how I use them. The menthol-free Star Jelly, I purchased that. I swear by this post-shave that I do here, applying the alum and then the aftershave cologne, you know, the splash. I find that for me, what works best is applying the Star Jelly last. I've played with both ways, where I apply the splash first and then the Star Jelly, see, you know, what I think of it and how it works. And then I've done the opposite, where I apply the Star Jelly first and then the splash second. And then I've also just applied the splash to one side of my face and then just applied the Star Jelly only to the side of my face. Without a doubt, the fragrance is stronger from the splash. I have a video that I still need to do that Chris Dobbins requested. I want to do it right though. Like, I want to really get it right. I know I probably overthink how I do my content, but I don't know. I've always been the kind of guy that if you're going to do something, do it right. I always tease our middle son, Lucas, that if he ever started a business, his business name would be We Do It Nice, because we do it twice. He's since outgrown that, and he's now a perfectionist like his mom. She's a whole different level than I am. I love that dog. I've already said that. Careful, kid. I want to thank you guys. She's splashing me as she approaches me. I want to thank you guys for joining Luna and I out here. It really is the little big things. Luna turned 3 2 days ago on the 6th, Friday. So she's now my 3-year-old baby. She's still full of it. Umpqua, can you say goodbye? Can you speak? On behalf of Luna and my wife, I want to again thank you for joining us. Hey Luna, is it the little big things? Can you speak? Luna agrees. You guys take care. 29 minutes. I better say goodbye. Stick around for the B-roll. Thanks again, Doug, Fran, and Huxley. I love you long time. Damn good stuff, Maynard. Good stuff? Yep, good stuff. Luna, I love you. Aww. Take care. Thanks for joining us. Miss Luna and I would like to welcome you to the B-roll. Did you find it? I trust the shave went well. My gear is right down there. That's where I've been facing. I've been sitting on that rock. Here in a second, I'll go down there and give you guys a better look. Let me zoom back out. So what you guys have been looking at during the shave has been this big rock wall. Somewhere on the other side is the actual trail. We have gone off the trail and found our way over here. This is my bride. Another missing person? Something like that is what you're reading? Just another missing person. Part of the creek is actually flowing beneath me. There'll be more footage of that in the B-roll. This is Brice Creek. The other shave that I did from here was Plum, Doppelganger Plum from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Did you find the rock? She caught it. All right, let's see how well I can get back down there. I got my boots on. They're mostly waterproof. It's time for another pair. I've had this pair a couple of years. A lot of guys like to wear Danner. That's a brand, a work boot brand. I like Danner. Danner is okay. I prefer Keen. That's K-E-E-N. If you buy the ones that are made in America, they make some of them overseas. Those are the cheaper ones. The pair that I usually buy are the ones that are made in America, and those are actually made here in Oregon. So I haven't pulled out all my goodies yet, but in there is my shave supplies. Got my bowls right there, my little stool seat that our son Lucas got me as a gift. I'll turn around and acknowledge Luna real quick. Stay with your mom. I love you. Stay. There's that wall. We've done quite a bit of hiking in a few different places. We drove past, a few miles back is the area that I did Plum at. I set that piece of wood down there for my feet, so that's probably where my feet have been resting, is down there. I'll actually be sitting on this log that my boots are on right now. Thanks for joining me. It really is the little big things. I can't tell you how much I love days like this. It's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday, back to work. Thank you again, Doug and Fran. If you're still watching, thank you for joining us out here in the Umpqua National Forest. Luna, speak. She's looking at her mom. Her mom has a treat. Something. Y'all take care. Thanks again. One of the many reasons why I love this woman. She'll hike anywhere and everywhere with me. Well, hello, Luna. I'll move for you. Our gear is right there.